Good morning, Africa and its mighty diaspora. This is the X-Man coming straight at your chest, 10 toes down, hoodie pulled tight, from the streets of New Orleans to the corners of Ouagadougou, from the pulse of Johannesburg to the firelit streets of Nairobi. Hold up, my people. Fire in the hole. Today, I'm lighting up the airwaves with a story that ain't just political, it's biblical in proportion. See, when the devil came knocking with gold and oil dressed in red, white, and blue, Captain Ibrahim Traoré didn't flinch, didn't stutter, didn't blink. He stood up, chest out, and told Trump and his gang of global critters, hell no. That's right, the so-called deal of the century backed by Donald J. Trump himself, full of promises, power, and plenty of lies, got flat out rejected by the young lion of Burkina Faso. And y'all know who Trump is, the same man who called Africa shithole countries. So now all of a sudden he want to cut deals with those same nations? Miss me with that. Let's get to the heart of it. According to diplomatic insiders and regional sources, Trump's US-backed proposal was built around one thing: control. The deal offered infrastructure upgrades, military support, access to American technology, and in exchange, Uncle Sam wanted front row, first class, full control access to Burkina Faso's gold and oil reserves. That ain't a partnership. That's a stick up with a suit on. But Traore, that brother is built different. In a public speech from the capital, he said loud and proud, Burkina Faso's resources are for its people, not for foreign exploitation. Boom. Mic drop. Streets lit up like Independence Day. Burkina Bay flags flying, people shouting his name. That wasn't just policy. That was sovereignty made flesh. And as soon as word hit the airwaves, Washington got tight. Trump, known for barking loud and bullying nations into submission, reportedly sent out ultimatums and threats. The U.S. hinted at sanctions, aid withdrawal, banking restrictions, the whole playbook. But Traore stood firm like a Sankara statue. He ain't backing down, and he damn sure ain't selling out. And the streets knew it. Hashtags like Walk with Traore and Africa for Africans started trending. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all on fire. Young Africans from Senegal to Soweto were tapping in. This moment was electric. But let's pause for a second, my people. Hold up, wait a minute. If this video is hitting your chest hard like a drum and you're feeling what I'm laying down, then subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with everybody on your social media platforms. Your cousins, your crew, your co-workers, your conscious crowd, like your life depends on it. Because it does. Africa needs all hands on deck. And this right here is how you contribute to the revolution. Now let's get back at it. So what was really in this golden deal? Sources say it granted U.S.-aligned companies priority rights in Burkina Faso's gold mines and newly discovered oil fields. In return, the U.S. promised roads, mining gear, and some fancy financing. But let's be real, that's just colonialism in a new costume. Modern-day robbery wrapped in investment language. Gold would have been mined and exported raw, oil extracted with zero local oversight. Jobs? Minimal. Value added to Burkina Faso's economy? Damn near none. Worse yet, this deal came with security agreements, U.S. military support, intelligence sharing, boots on the ground, all under the claim of Sahel stabilization. But history has receipts. We've seen what U.S. stabilization looks like in Libya and Iraq. Ain't no stability, just permanent presence and puppet strings. Traore wasn't falling for it. His government's already taken major steps to control resources. He nationalized key mines. He built the first state-owned gold refinery. And unlike most puppet leaders in Africa who bow to pressure, Traore is forging an economic model that benefits his own people first. That ain't radical, that's righteous. Even more powerful, he refused to lock Burkina Faso into decades of dependency. Some of these contracts could have tied the country to foreign interests for 30 years. That's generational betrayal. That's selling out your grandchildren's future for a handshake today. And the people, they ain't stupid. They felt it in their spirit. Farmers, students, street vendors, all saying the same thing. It's our time now, because Traore didn't just say no, he said hell no, and followed it up with real action. Oil exploration, now led by African partners and local investors. Foreign companies, they got to build schools, roads, clinics, and hire locals. No more extracting and bouncing. You want to drill in the Sahel? You better give something back. Financially, Burkina Faso is turning to African regional banks, sovereign wealth funds, and Pan-African partnerships, not the International Monetary Fund, not the World Bank, and sure as hell, not the U.S. Treasury. That's what we call economic independence with muscle. But you already know the empire doesn't go quiet. U.S. officials called it a miscalculation. Trump allegedly warned that Burkina Faso would regret this decision. Oh, really? Regret not being looted? Regret not bowing down to the same man who mocked the entire continent? Let's talk about hypocrisy. Trump labeled Africa a shithole, then circled back with a deal dripping in gold greed. He talks about America first, but shames Traore for putting Burkina Faso first. That's the definition of imperial arrogance. And let's not pretend this is isolated. France is nervous. The EU is sweating. Global markets reacted. Mining stocks dipped. Why? Because the dominoes are trembling. If Burkina Faso pulls this off, who's next? Mali, Guinea, Senegal, South Africa? This ain't just a deal rejection. It's a whole damn template for African sovereignty. And guess what? It's catching fire. Activists in Ghana, students in Nigeria, Pan-Africanists in South Africa, all rallying under a new banner. Not left versus right, not east versus west, but Africa versus exploitation. That's the battle line. Traore's stance is giving birth to a continental awakening, and it's scaring the hell out of those who've gotten rich off Africa's pain. But let's not be naive. Retaliation is coming. Sanctions, economic isolation, media smear campaigns, it's all part of the imperial playbook. They'll try to paint Traore as a dictator, a danger, a destabilizer, but we ain't buying it. The real danger is a continent that keeps begging for crumbs while sitting on gold mines. The real destabilizer is foreign-backed deals that leave nations broken. Traore, he's the antidote to that. So what comes next? That depends on us. Will Africa unite behind this vision? Will our leaders finally put ego aside and build a continental strategy, shared refining infrastructure, joint negotiations, regional supply chains? Will the youth push back against colonial puppets and plant their flags in the soil of self-determination? And will you, watching this video right now, will you stand tall with Traore and the future we deserve? Because let me tell you this ain't about gold. This is about dignity. This is about legacy. This is about not letting our children inherit the same chains our ancestors fought to break. So if Traore's stance lit a fire in you today, don't let it burn out. Feed it. Share this message. Speak it loud. Post it. Print it. Preach it. Let the world know Africa ain't for sale. Not to Trump, not to Macron, not to anybody, because we finally remembered who we are. The first, the original, the unbreakable, the cradle of civilization, the heart of the earth. And now it's Africa's turn to write the future. No sellouts, no filters, no fear. This is the X-Man signing off.